welcome to your October general love reading.
Let's see, how is this separation affecting them? We have card 34, door to personal healing and happiness. Oh, and we have man holding a coin. Okay. Interesting energy right off. Let's flip the rest of your cards over. We also have Spear. This card says heartache over what you no longer have. So that's kind of an indication right there. And you also have card 17, Flirt. Okay, so looking at the general energy of how this separation is affecting this person, I really want to start with the Spear card because it's giving a sense of where this person is at in terms of how they're feeling toward this connection. There's kind of a sense of loss and regret when they think about this relationship. And it's feeling to me like it feels like this separation has caused them to like play the what if game. It's this energy of like, what if it had worked out differently? What if they had spoken up about their true feelings or been more transparent with their emotions? What if they had made a solid offer instead of kind of letting things hang in this place of uncertainty? You know, it's like, what if they had done something that would have prevented this separation? This is a huge way that I feel like they've been affected by this a lot because a lot of their mental space is being taken up by playing this what if game and wondering what will happen, wondering if there was something that could have been done to change this. Yeah. For some of you, there's one particular event or conversation it's coming through as. And it might be a particular issue too. Maybe something that kept coming up in the relationship. But it's like there's one particular issue or event or conversation that comes to mind when this person thinks about this connection. And it's like it's mainly that issue. Or that event, that thing, whatever that thing is, it's mainly that they're playing the what if game about. So it could be for some of you like one particular conversation where things just kind of fell apart. Maybe the two of you realized you weren't on the same page about something, or maybe a promise had been broken. And it's like they go back to this one event and think, what if I hadn't done that? Or what if I hadn't responded that way? What if it had gone differently? Also, what's coming through is, for some of you, this might be a conversation that they didn't have, that they're playing the what if game about, because it's almost like they feel like they had an opportunity to address some issues with you or to express some feelings to you, and they're realizing where they kind of wasted those opportunities or where they didn't take that opportunity. So it could have been like a phone call. They could have when they would have had the opportunity to speak up and they just didn't do it, or they saw you and they had the chance to say how they were feeling and they didn't do it. So yeah, for a lot of you, that's what this what if game is about. Yeah. They may have like, this was an argument for some of you because there's harsh words, and I feel like there's some message about they may have spoken harsh words that they didn't really mean. Or there might have been a particular disagreement that comes to mind. But yeah, for most of you, I think that general energy is, I'm getting a feeling of regret around not striking while the iron was hot, not solidifying this connection when they had the chance, or not growing or going through the uncomfortable changes that they needed to go through before there ever was a separation. So it's like they think that their growth or their progress was maybe a little too slow, or the progress in this relationship was too slow. It wasn't progressing to the next level. the way it should have. And I feel this person placing themselves in the position of blame for some of you about that slow progress. It could even be slowness or hesitancy that was on your part that I'm picking up on. So for some of you, this wasn't your person that was, I want to say dragging your feet, because I just have this energy of like just being reluctant, wanting to fall in, but just hesitating, pulling back. And that could be coming from their side or yours. But it's like this issue is on their mind, even if they don't feel like they were really the cause of it. That's a big part of this, like wondering if things could have gone differently, wondering if it had been easier to open up, if it had been easier for things to progress, if it had been easier to feel like there was growth happening here, would things have gone differently? It's a lot. That's a lot of what's on their mind. Yeah. It just really feels like some kind of change or evolution wasn't happening. This is either you evolving, your person evolving, or the relationship as a whole. Something wasn't evolving. And there also could be kind of this sense of bad timing or circumstances not lining up, circumstances getting in the way of this. That's playing through their mind a lot. What's interesting about this is the separation is forcing your person to see things differently. It's like it has created the perfect environment for growth or for potential growth. And it's almost forcing them to wake up to some of these things that they had blinders on about before. So it's like the separation's making them realize that in order to find that true happiness in their life, we have this door to personal healing and happiness. In order to find that true happiness, it's like they're going to have to grow and evolve and change in these ways, regardless of whether they have this connection or not. This is where this, I feel like that's where the heartache over what you no longer have, what the Spear card says, I feel like that's what they're talking about. It's like, this person's kind of realizing that you can't run from all of your problems and you can't run from the growth because it's going to kind of track you down, no matter what. So potentially this relationship was a little bit of a mirror for them. I am seeing mirrored energy here. You have card 34 and 43. We'll come back to that, but I feel like potentially this relationship did bring up some kind of issue and some need for growth. And if this person ran, or if you ran, because this could be on either side, it's like someone's waking up to the realization that this growth has to happen anyway. Even though this relationship kind of put it right in their face, they can't run from it forever. So the same issues will continue to arise. And it's like this feeling of, in order to be truly happy, I kind of already had that situation, or I already had the potential for that situation. And I might have walked away from that, or I might have allowed that to slip through my fingers when I had the chance. And it turns out I can't avoid this growth anyway. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here. Yeah, it's like they can't run from any emotional hang-ups or from the pain in their life that they really need to heal. Like it's gonna have to be healed one way or another. Even running from circumstances in their life that's draining them or causing heartache. All of this stuff needs to be healed. So they're starting to see what actually needs to be healed, what's going on beneath the surface. What are we not going to be able to escape? What are we going to have to deal with? And I feel like they've gotten such a, like, this door, if you look at this, it's like, this is paradise out here. This is, like the card says, this is the personal healing and the happiness. This is where they want to get to. And they've known this. They've known they want to get to this place. But it's like they're realizing they might have had a key component to getting to that place. And this door just wasn't open at the time, is how this is coming through. And I also want to point out that this door is really an opportunity. So I think this person's starting to get more clear about what they want and what actually brings them happiness in life, because once the door's open, they can see it. So there was something that wasn't clear before. And it could have been something that wasn't clear in the relationship. It might have even been that, like, the feelings, like, it was never really clear for you or for them how this person was feeling. Maybe you're always guessing or something like that. It's like they're starting to find clarity around this. Yeah. I really do feel mirrored energy here. I think a lot of what you think and feel about this relationship is happening on their end as well. And this can even be that things that you realized before they did, or vice versa, they realized before you did, that this energy is starting to catch up and you're starting to mirror each other even in ways that you don't know. So a lot of their thoughts are similar to your thoughts or your realizations about this connection. It's happening on both sides. I think too, like, if this person had emotional hangups, or if that has been an issue for you in this relationship, this mirrored energy, it was always present. And when you have someone holding a mirror up to you, things can get pretty uncomfortable. So if this person had emotional hangups, it's coming through like this was a big part of why they were feeling scared. Feeling scared of opening up, because this relationship really made them see things differently, made them see themselves more clearly, made them feel vulnerable in a way that they just weren't totally ready to feel all of that. So that mirroring has always been happening, and the two of you really do, you see each other for real, and in doing that, you see yourselves. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so it is interesting. You have 34, 43. Both of these, because it's the same numbers, they both reduce to 7. So that's confirmation there of some sort of, some kind of self-exploration or discovery being present here in this time of separation, because 7s are numbers of that exploration and discovery of self, kind of searching. And that kind of shows how impactful this connection is for this person. And probably for you as well, because we are dealing with mirrored energy. But yeah, if it triggers all of this kind of self-exploration and discovery, this is something significant to them. So that's something they've held on to, or something they've realized during this separation. And then you also have card 17, flirt. So there's another 7 there. That's a lot of 7s. 7, 7, 7, or some kind of something repetitive. I also have to think of lucky number. So this person might be experiencing a period of luck, or they might feel like things are becoming clearer to them, and they're kind of in a state of gratitude for that. It's kind of hard to explain, but like feeling like, okay, I almost like I'm so lucky to be figuring this out, or I'm so lucky to have had this experience that's pushing me a little bit. So I feel a little bit of gratitude toward this growth that they're experiencing. Yeah. I feel like for a lot of you, this is actually really important for you to hear, because depending on the circumstances, you may catch yourself wondering if this person even cares. So for some of you, that's a concern that your guides are bringing to the table right now, that you might have times where you're like, I don't even think this separation is affecting them at all. I don't even think that they care. Like, to be honest with you, they don't even seem to care. That's your guides are kind of bringing that up. So I feel like potentially on the surface, you might feel like they're indifferent. Or even like they're doing really well, like they're unbothered and they're having all of this success or something like that. Or you might just not have a lot of information about how they're feeling, about what's going on in their life. So your guides are kind of bringing this up as confirmation that they are realizing that this connection woke them up. And they do feel pain around being in separation right now. I almost feel like for some of you, your person thought that they could avoid leaving a safety. What is this? I'm trying to figure, like a safety zone, a safety net, leaving the safety of what they were more comfortable with in terms of relationships. But through the separation, they're kind of feeling like maybe even more confronted by the reality of their mistakes or by their need to grow. I feel like this is really bringing that to the surface for them. Especially if there's something they're feeling guilty about. Yeah. They're seeing it, the ways that they've needed to change, because the loss is evident to them. Like they know that they lost something. It's like sometimes they wish that this growth that's happening in them, this is where that gratitude feeling is coming from. They are grateful for what they're discovering, for what they're figuring out, but at the same time, they're wishing that this growth and these realizations and the desire for them to follow their heart and to really let their heart lead them to this place of true happiness, they wish all of that had kicked in sooner. It's like better late than never, but why couldn't this have happened before is kind of the thought. They kind of wish they could have played the role that you needed them to play in your life at the time, before they lost something that was actually important to them. So huge wake-up call. Yeah. It's like whether they choose to answer that call or not, or how they choose to answer this call is really up to them. But it might be a little bit challenging or something they're feeling conflicted about how to answer this call. It's like they have seen something differently. Now it's like, how do I step through that door? What do I do about it now? For some of you, this flirt energy is really about your person kind of playing with or flirting with the idea of making certain changes in their life. So I feel like in some cases, they want to throw themselves into working on bettering themselves financially. But it's really a question of, are they working really hard in order to distract themselves from something that's really painful, or in order to please somebody else, or are they doing it because that's what truly makes them happy? So they're conflicted about some of these changes, because I do see that for some of you, this person might be really distracting themselves during this time because it is too painful for them. So some of them might be working a little bit more, a lot more. Yeah. Trying to better themselves financially, like as a means to take some sort of control over their lives. I do feel like they might feel a lack of control when they think of this situation. And that can be because they don't know what to do. Yeah. They ask themselves, I think they're asking themselves, what do I really want? What's going to actually make me happy? Which I think is... Honestly, it's kind of leading them back to this connection when they have that thought. What makes me really happy? When have I been happy? When was I the happiest? And it leads back to you. Yeah. Yep. I feel like that door has been open and they've like seen this glimpse of true happiness, and that could be the reason that's coming through like that could be because for some of you, this connection could have been very brief. It could have ended or gone into this period of separation like a lot sooner than you would have thought, and maybe even abruptly. So it's like they've seen this glimpse. They've experienced something that's like, that's what I want, that's what I'm looking for, and then it went away so quick. And for others, I feel like they're viewing it as a glimpse, not because of the length of time, but actually because they weren't ready. Like it's this feeling of, I didn't seize that opportunity. So there might have only been a short amount of time that they realized what they had, or that they realized how important this was to them. And then it's like, they just weren't ready to reach out and take that. Yeah. It's like, what needs to be done to get them to the other side of this threshold is really the question. They miss that spark between the two of you. They miss the flirtatious energy between the two of you. It's coming through as almost an unspoken connection, a pull toward one another, and very flirtatious. It's something that they miss. And it might be like a flirty feeling inside of them that they have when they see you, but it's like you trigger that in them, and they miss that. What's on their mind concerning this connection is being brave enough to let their heart lead, and also kind of coming through with a solid offer. This man holding a coin is like, this could be why this person's throwing themselves into work. It could be that there are some sort of financial issues or something financially that's holding them back. They might need to move or something that would take a lot of upfront money to accomplish. So that might be why they're throwing themselves into their job, or into building their business, or working extra hours or something like that. Because it's almost like they want to make themselves more appealing. They want to make themselves more stable. They want to be able to make the offer that they didn't make before. Yeah. I do think this ties directly to finances for some of you, to a financial constraint that this person feels like has gotten in the way of their happiness. Like not having enough money to make the choice they want to make, or something like that. Or I think for some of you, this is people in their life that depend on them. Yeah, that might be what that message is. They might support a family or support family members or something like that. And it's like something's holding them back around this financial tie that they have to a situation in their life. For some of you, that's what's going on. Yeah. There might be a change that they want to make that's making them want to save money or focus on their finances. So let's see. I wanted to use this rainbow Rider-Waite deck. So we are going to look at two areas. We're going to look at what has changed for this person as a result of this separation, and what has stayed the same, what remains the same. Okay, we have the Empress. I'm going to get another card. That's interesting energy, because man holding a coin, very abundant energy. This is very abundant energy, or focus on abundance, and the Empress is also a very abundant energy. So, interesting. What is that? Okay, upside down. I could not read this card. This is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And that card is typically associated with financial loss if we're talking about actual finances here. So it could be that this person has experienced some sort of loss and they are trying to like make up for it. They might be working extra hours because they've had to sink a bunch of money into something, or because they have this extra expense come up or something like that. But it's interesting because we have this very abundant energy here. A lot of this energy is super abundant. It could be that this person's financial situation has changed over the course of this separation. It could be that they didn't have the finances. They didn't have their finances in order to be able to make some sort of solid offer to you, or they were financially tied to a situation that was draining them, and that they're coming out of this, and this is all happening during the time of the separation. It's just interesting because all of these very literal and very financial type issues are coming up. So there must be, for a lot of you, something about this. It could have been a big move or something like that, or a person not wanting to leave their job, not not wanting to pick up and leave everything that they've established. But if this was an issue before, it's like they're having realizations or making some sort of progress in this area. And this can also be a distraction. I was talking about that before, but it's kind of now coming through, like they might be really working a lot to distract themselves. It's paying off. Like they are making money. They are stacking cash. They might be like putting a lot in savings. So even if they're doing this as a distraction, it's a little bit motivating as well. I feel like they might not want to stop distracting themselves because it is making them money. It's like they have so much time to work for some of you. Yeah. I do think there is an element of distraction or avoidance here. And it could even be like avoiding certain emotions, avoiding the emotions associated with this breakup or with this separation. Yeah. I feel like outside of a monetary context with this Five of Pentacles, this card really embodies the energy of something being missing, something being lost. When it's reversed, it's like something is missing. So the Five of Pentacles can focus a lot on our inner world as well as our material world. So I feel like this person has gained a new appreciation for the connection that they had with you, or for many of you, this Empress, I feel like, is representing you. So that it's like this person has a much better understanding of what's been lost. There's really a sense of not being fulfilled or not realizing what they had until it was gone. I'm hearing too little, too late. Maybe that may be your attitude toward them. That might be the attitude that you have toward them right now, or that you've had in the past, like you had your chance type of attitude. But it's almost like it's them realizing that the effort wasn't really given when and how it should have been. Yeah, let's look at what has stayed the same during this separation. So what has stayed the same for this person? Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting. Queen of Pentacles and the Empress are very similar energies to me. Very earthy energy, very abundant energy, and nurturing at the same time. So interesting. Wow. Okay. Your card went on the floor. Let's see. We have the Queen of Wands. Whoa, the Empress and two queens. Wow. The Empress and two queens. That's coming through a bunch of different ways, but the message that I just got is for some of you, this person was caught between two, the way these two queens just came through. If this is like a third party situation, if this person was in another relationship or they got into another relationship, it's like they feel caught between two people. For some of you, this could be this person's mother and you. And gender doesn't matter here. Like, we have all this feminine energy here, but no, it doesn't matter. This doesn't mean that you have to be a female, or that they have to be a female, or that anyone has to be a female. This is just that nurturing kind of energy. So they might have felt like they were caught between two people, caught between two queens. And it's interesting that came out. I'm also getting a message that this person might have two daughters or two children. And they might have felt caught between that home situation with their children and this connection with you. That's obviously not going to resonate for everyone, but it was just so crazy how that message came through. I feel like what has really remained the same is their feelings for you, because I feel like for a lot of you, all of this energy is representative of you and how they're viewing this connection. The Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. the way that they see you hasn't changed. That has remained the same. And I just feel like that's really crazy. We were talking about the weight of the relationship, like the significance. They're realizing the significance. And this is what this says to me, to say Empress, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, significant. They see you as someone who's very nurturing, someone who is very supportive, and they value that in you. Someone they see a future with, for sure. Because this is this is wifey material, this is husband material, this is like the type of energy you want to build with. and abundant as well. Very abundant, very lively, I want to say, and that could be in reference to the connection, but it's just like the spark, the flirting, and the Queen of Wands energy. Yeah, that hasn't changed. Whatever initially drew them to you, it hasn't changed. The feelings are the same. Let's see. I'm just going to leave this part open. We'll just see if any other messages want to come through for you. I'm going to take all those. That was a bunch of cards. Let's be more specific. How's your person being affected by this separation? That's that distraction energy. They're distracted and they're saving money. I don't know why this energy keeps coming out, but they're saving money. They're trying to get more responsible about something. And the Four of Pentacles also always speaks to me about wanting to hold on to something. So I think that's that feeling of regret as well, like wanting so badly to cling on to something. And for some of you, it's the distraction. They're trying to cling on to anything that they feel like can keep them sane and can keep their mind off of this. I feel like that's a major part of this. We have the Judgment card, and I just kept calling this a wake-up. I kept calling this a wake-up call, and that's exactly what the Judgment card is about. So they really are. They are realizing they're waking up to some things. For some of you, I feel like this person's preparing for... preparing, and that's what this Four of Pentacles energy is. It could be preparing for a move. This is way too many cards. I see a lot about communication and wanting to communicate in there. I see a lot of Swords energy there. And as I say that, the Eight of Swords comes out. There's just this feeling of being trapped, of not really knowing how to navigate or how to get out of this situation. They might be trapped in this could be about a financial trap. Strength at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. They have had realizations about this, and again, for a lot of you, there's some kind of financial issue or something that they are physically tied to, or they feel physically tied to. And it could be that they are mentally tied to that place or that person or that thing, because they see it as very real and very physical. It's very real to them, but the Eight of Swords talks about like mental blocks and almost being like mentally imprisoned. So this could be that they just are having a hard time seeing their way out of this situation, seeing what to do about it. But it's like they're looking for an answer. Let's get some messages from your person. Yeah. My shuffling causes problems. Let me try not to blow the cards around. Do my best. Let's just see what messages your person has for you. You speak to me through music, so this person might be thinking about you a lot while they're listening to music, or listening to a song that the two of you had a connection over with, maybe had your first dance to, or something like that. they're reminded of you when they listen to music. I left you before you could leave me. Oh, okay. I feel like for a lot of you, that's the regret. And even if it's just that this person pulled away to the point that like you did feel like you were left, you felt like you were abandoned. It's like they're realizing that they did this to try to protect themselves. They either totally walked away from this connection or they pushed you away. That's too many. They could have pushed you away to kind of make you leave, you know, even if they didn't want to make that decision themselves. It's like they know they did with their actions. And that's about protection. I'm feeling the guarded energy off of this Four of Pentacles now, and it's like that guarding could have been about their emotions. They were clinging on to a sense of control. Oh, wow. It just says, I love you. Whoa. I don't think that happened by chance. I'm a little bit thrown right now. I don't think that happened by chance because I kind of just feel this, wow, I just feel this message of, like, I don't know what else to say. I love you. Like, that's your person's energy. It's like they just don't know what else, they don't know what to say. They don't, in a lot of ways, even know what to do, but it kind of just comes down to this realization that there are strong feelings there. For a lot of you, I mean, very, very strong, the fact that card came out. For some of you, that might be a little heavy for whatever stage your relationship was in, but it's like, these are very strong feelings, and they are being brought back to the emotions of it, and that might have been just the thing that they couldn't really tap into